Hi folks, this is a little introductory video on how to clean your aircon system. Commonly done for good practice, or if you do have any odours in your aircon system. I tend to do this anytime I get a car, change the filter, run through the aircon cleaners and change the filter again. Make sure everything's clean and running as well as possible. You can see there, the yellow and green box there, I have a man filter to replace in this Mk5 Golf. Charcoal activated one as well, which always helps too. You see that little can there, that is the aircon bomb. Once I replace the filter, you basically run the aircon system on recirculation. Set off the aircon bomb. As dramatic as it sounds, it's basically an aerosol can with a lockable top on it that stays locked down, so it empties the can and recirculates itself round through the aircon system, and that kills any bacteria and stuff in the system. I also have some climate cleaner as well with the attached hose. Basically that sprays down into your vents to give it an extra clean as well. Anyway, let's get started. This is a 10-15 minute job, so let's get moving and get it done. Okay, step one will be to remove the cabin air filter. In this case I'm working on a Mk5 Golf. It is below the passenger side glove box, so there's two wee screws that you turn off with your hands. Pull this flap down and that will expose the filter system. So let's have a go at doing that now. There's one and two. There we go. And pull the foam down out of the way and put that to one side, and that exposes the air filter assembly. You'll see that's it there, and it is arrowed on it, but there's a flap there that you basically push to one side and drop down, and you can see it has little teeth on the cap of it, and they basically go forward and lock in. But in this case, push it to the side, right hand side, to open it. And you can see that's the filter exposed, the sort of grey foam bit. This is one that commonly dealers charge for and don't actually bother replacing. You can see some of the dirt on the carpet already. There from, basically it hasn't been replaced. So let's have a look and see what condition it is in. Okay, it's already ripped. Okay, let's have a look. In fairness, it doesn't actually look that dirty. Don't know what brand of filter it is. It seems to be an unbranded one. That's a Febby one. And it's a charcoal activated one as well. They have a slightly greyer tinge to them, but if I showed this in a little more detail, you can see it's not really that dirty at all. It wasn't installed properly. I did have to adjust it a little more, but it's been in there for a while, and it certainly hasn't been replaced whenever it said it was. So let's have a look inside the pleats here for a little more detail. You can see down in the pleats there all the dirt and stuff that's collected. Certainly not the worst. It wasn't replaced a few thousand miles ago as per the dealer or mechanic's shop had mentioned, but it's not the worst, far from it. That's what it's doing, its job. It's picking up dirt. Job done. A slightly better view of the assembly of the filter, and what I tend to do is with an antibacterial wipe just give all around the inside, a bit of a clean, and you can see the dirt that's coming off, but not essential, but just for good measure, get it all clean, wipe it all down. Every little helps, as I say. And from there it's time to throw in the new filter. And this is the new filter. I went for a MAN air filter. As you can see, there's a notch cut out in the top left of the filter there, so you can't really go wrong with most of them, or most of them illustrate the way round to put them, and also in that case the airflow direction as well. So I will slide this back up into the housing and get it installed. I find in the case of this filter it's easier to put the bottom lid on place first, so it has wee runner clips there. I get this to wipe that go into grooves in the housing itself and in the filter. There's wee sort of slots there, so give this another quick wipe. Clip it all in, and as you can see, the arrow open is this way, so we're going to push this housing to the side. That's a good solid lock there. That's it in, perfect. You can see there, if I go a bit closer there, the edge of the filter there makes a wee bit of a gasket or a seal. You can see the lighter edge just on the corner up there. Makes it a nice neat job and a nice neat seal, so that should do the job. And you'll see that actually the filter, when it come out, was actually, the housing was installed the wrong way, so yeah, say no more, but at least it's installed properly now. That's a clean filter. Time to run the Aircon bomb and get it all nice and clean. Also, I'm just going to clip in the top of this again as well. We cover. Okay, time for the wee screws. That's the cover installed and the new filter in, so let's try this Aircon bomb now and see how it goes. Okay, this is some of the prep I've been doing just to set up the Aircon bomb. It obviously, as it's made to do, goes everywhere, so covers things like leather seats and a bit of the dashboard just above where the Aircon bomb's going to be there. Obviously try not to block off your fence and stuff like that there. That's it roughly set up. What I will do is get the climate cleaner, run it through the vents and get the aircon set up. As a note, most of the Aircon bombs, in this case I'm using the Holtz one, they differ. You know, some say put it in the passenger footwell, some say put it in the behind the driver's seat. I don't think it really matters, because your Aircon should be in recirculation anyway, so shouldn't matter where it is. Principles should still work. But yeah, let's get cracking with the climate cleaner and get the Aircon set up as well. Okay, now to try some of the climate cleaner as well. Get this towel back up. I've done the previous other vents on the other side of the car, but that's the last one, just to give you an idea. Put the hose down as far as you can. And drag it out as you're squeezing it. Shake off any excess. Note if any drips of it do get on your dashboard, I would say wipe them off pretty quick. It's pretty nasty stuff and it will stain, so get it off as quick as you can. Okay, time to set up the Aircon. So first protocol, start the car. Turn off the radio. Want to have the Aircon on full blast, full fan speed, and also the circulation, which is that button there. And if I show you the setup in this case, that's it, on full blast. So time to kick that jobby off and run out of the car pretty quick. Pretty nasty stuff. Time to set off the Aircon bomb, so give it a good shake. Once you've done, click and spray. And off. You can see it spraying away there. Leave that running for roughly 10 minutes. Okay folks, roughly 10 minutes, probably 11 or 12 minutes now. Let's go in, get the engine switched off, Aircon off, etc, etc. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you can feel there's nothing left in this. As per the instruction, leave the car to ventilate for 5 minutes with the windows open before driving. It is pretty potent stuff and some of them do smell quite bad, but this one, there's no real odour left to it. Obviously the car smells fresh, but that seems to be it. But time to get the doors open and leave it to air for 5 minutes.